I pozdrav svima, ja sam Rava i dobrodošli na novi klip na ovom kanalu. Danas igram The Stanley Parable, ovo je...
But Stanley simply couldn't.
Ovo je druga epizoda ove igre. Vrlo mi se svi... Ova igra mi se vrlo... Mnogo mi se... Ja ne mogu pričati, mnogo mi se ova igra sviđa, pa... Malo ću ovo snimati i onda ću opet one ostale igre, jer... Jej, ova igra je dobra. Sjebao sam početak. To dobro. Sad se otvori vrata. Hoću se vratiti. Okay.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Okay, to je...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Ne znam šta je to. Ovaj epizod mislio sam da ću isprobati neke druge krajeve. Ne sjećam se baš koje sam krajeve isprobao, što je loše. Šta? Input received. Šta? Ovo je baš čudno. Okej.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Dobro. Ne sjećam se šta sam odradio u prvoj epizodi. Ajde, ovdje pogledat prvu epizodu pa ću se vratiti jer neću da opet ponavljam isto. Evo ga, pogledao sam i sad znam šta mogu, šta ne mogu da uradim, super.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Što nema nikog. Nema nikog!
Hoping he might find an answer there.
Ovo je jedno što niste vidjeli. Ako ovdje dovoljno bude, vidjet ćete nešto.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here. It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused. You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say,
"Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite."
I hope your friends find this concerning. Stanley was fat and ugly and really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
To je to.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board.
Ja sam drugi
I
igrač.
guarantee you can't do any worse than the person
Yep.
who came before you. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ba-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Šta je ovo? Hoću ja u WC! Sere mi se. Šta je ovo? Malo se vidi. Ne znam. Ovo ovdje. Nje.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human
Nema
life.
nikoga.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 28. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Huh?
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
To je nešto. Aj, ajmo vamo, je! Obaj.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
To je strašno.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Aha! Dobro. Jep. Normalan dan u kancelariji, jep.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed.
Wait a minute.
Each bore the number of
Chat
an
it back, yeah.
employee in the building.
No
Stanley's
more.
coworkers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, wanted in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I'm on.
No. He refused.
Aj, ne!
He
Ne,
couldn't
ne, ne, molite,
accept
molite, ne, 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 to spust me dole, ne, 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 bojim se psina, ne, 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 ne.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
A vi, došli smo.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad
All
or
fine.
content.
Good.
Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, he decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible
He's the one and
power
only
over
the
another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Ja nešto tebe ne čekam, narator. Jeb se. Borararara. Borarara. Ha? Aj!
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking,
Pobjedio sam,
but
je.
happiness. Perhaps his goal
Je.
had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Neću.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Ha?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh.
What could it mean?
Šta?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Whoa.
simply missed a memo.
What? Ha? Ovo nije bilo... Ljudima... Jel tako da ovo nije bilo ovako kad sam počeo epizodu? Šta? What?
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors,
Huh?
he entered the door on his left.
What? Dobro. Aj, nisam očeo tačan.
Yet there was not a single
True.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Ne mogu, izvin. Bye bye.
But
Vidi auto.
Stanley just couldn't do it.
Yep.
He considered the possibility of facing his boss.
Yep.
Admitting he had left his post during work hours.
Yep.
He might be fired for that.
Yep.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
Oh boy.
And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Što ovo?
Automatically behind him wherever he went. And for that matter,
Igram
the
previše
rooms were starting to
Minecraft,
look
eto,
pretty
vidiš,
familiar.
vidiš.
Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming!
Yeah!
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to lose his job.
Yeah.
He wasn't crazy after all.
Yeah.
He thought to himself, I suppose
Yeah.
I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go
Yeah.
back to my boring real-life job pushing
Yeah,
buttons.
Peter.
I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float.
Yeah! Woo!
Then
Yeah!
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing in
Aż
Now
zašto
the voice was
imam?
describing itself being considered by Stanley. who
Šut,
found it
naravno.
particularly
Šut,
strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts. He
A boli me glava od ovog obiženja.
This voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that
Da,
of course,
priča. Ja čujem ovaj glas stalno kad
was
spavam.
Stanley simply deceiving himself?
Jel to ne
Believing that
spava?
if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take
Ne.
responsibility for himself. Stanley is as awake right now as he's
Kako sam
ever
letio,
been in his
idiote?
life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that
Šta?
he was in control.
Bi.
That this was a dream.
Ovo jesam
So he
sanjao.
closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back,
Spavanje.
fresh air of the world outside this room.
Spavanje.
Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
Let me wake
I'm
up.
through with this dream.
Let
I
me
wish it
wake
to be
up.
over. Let me go back to my
I
job.
want to wake up.
Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please.
The
That's all I
buttons.
want.
Let me
I want
continue
my
pushing the
apartment
buttons.
And my wife and my job.
Push the button. Push.
All I want
Push
is
the
my life
button.
exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal.
Nisi normalan.
Everything will be fine.
Čuješ neki glas u svojoj glavi. Ja mislim da to stvarno nisi normalan.
Okay.
Ne, nisi. Oh, fuck.
Stanley began screaming.
Ah!
Someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone wake me up.
Everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariel!
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work.
Huh?
But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she
Imaju
thought to
rakos.
herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this.
Ajde, nema me završi ovo,
Stood there, staring
hoću
at
daj
the
tu je mi da... Možda zaspim, idioti. Spavam se. Hoću spavat. Ljudi, to će biti to za ovu epizodu do Stanley Parablol. Nadam se da vas svidjela, ako jeste nemojte zaboraviti da ostavite like, šerujte, ovo podijelite. Vidimo se u sljedeću epizodu, pozdrav!